guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison review on the Revlon dryer against the newest Revlon Plus. And if you know me, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I always rave about this. I'm obsessed with it. I use it every single time I dry my hair and want to style it. So I was super excited to hear that they were coming out with a new one. So that's exactly what we're going to be testing. I don't want to ramble on for too long. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, so I want to quickly talk about price point comparison before we get started with the hair. So this one retails for $60 right now at Ulta. And in case you guys see a little bit of hair, it's because yes, I use this every single day. So there's going to be some hair on it. And then the newest one retails for $70. So this is the newest one. I'm gonna go ahead and just take it out. I wanted to keep it in the box so you guys could quickly see it, but when you open it, it comes like this, and it's pretty cool because it's literally detachable. So that may be a cool option. Maybe they're gonna bring in more attachments for this, kind of like a Dyson dupe situation for the air wrap. So I'm really excited, and right away, some of the biggest things that they did with this was that they made the brush smaller. They also made it where you guys can see it's detachable. And also you have I think a medium setting, so you don't feel your hair and the heat, you know, coming for your hair as much as you would in the original one. So they kind of took some of the concerns that people had with the original one, things that they didn't like, and really took that into consideration and made a new and improved brush. It already does feel much lighter. Maybe for somebody that has less hair and also more so of like finer hair and a smaller head, because I have a big head. So for me, I need the bigger products to cover more ground. Definitely much smaller, not too small, but definitely not as big. And this is also smaller too. This is a little bit bigger, so you really have to put your hand all in it. But this one is a little bit more smaller. And down here, you do get the high, medium, low, cool, and off settings, as opposed to this one, you really only get one setting. So it makes sense. And hopefully it's not as loud, because I know some people were saying that the original one they didn't like because it was too loud. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Okay, so this is my hair, and this is how it looks like after I wash it. And it's literally super duper like thick, and I have a lot of it, and it's very wavy. So what I like to do is I like to just take my wet brush and just brush it a little bit more. I just use a paddle brush because like I said, it's bigger, so I'm able to like cover more ground. I go in with my heat protectant. This one is the Grigio Farewell Frizz. My hair can get extremely frizzy. This makes the biggest difference. It just does such a good job of getting all those areas. And I mainly like to target this in the midsection to the bottom. One more tip that I will give you guys in case you're new to the Revlon brush is that the best way for you to get like the best blowout is to let your hair be over 50% dry when you are gonna style it, because if you just style it immediately soaking wet, it can honestly give you a harder time to style it. I don't know about the new brush. The new brush may be different because it says that it's supposed to style it faster. But I would say that if you do have a lot of hair like me and it's very thick, I would wait a little bit, kind of do your makeup, do other things that you need to do, and then go in and style it. Because I have found that if I don't wait, it literally gives me problems. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do the side where I am using the original one. I have a full review where I use the original one if you guys wanna watch that. And then as I'm doing the new one, I'll talk you guys through what I'm doing. So I always like to section my hair. So since I'm only gonna be doing this side with the original brush, I have to section it, because if I don't section certain areas, it's not going to be as effective because I have so much hair and it's very thick and wavy. So I like to section it, and then I proceed. So I just do like half up, half down. I start off with this, and then I do one more section, and then I get to the top. In case you're wondering what scrunchies I'm using my Holy Grail scrunchies to style my hair when it's wet. These are the Kitsch scrunchies. They're like a nice towel-y consistency, so it doesn't get ruined by wet hair and all that. It just works great. Okay, so you guys can see it does a really good job. It gets a lot of it dry. I will say, because this is a larger barrel, I do like it because I feel like I'm able to cover more hair because I have so much of it, and not waste time, as opposed to if this was smaller. But I'm gonna try out with a new one to see how that works. But I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we can move on to the other side. So you guys can see the difference that makes. It does such a beautiful job. I will say the one thing with this is that because it's such a big barrel, it's hard to get to those small areas, like really close to the root. But apparently the new one is supposed to be smaller and able to get closer to that root. So maybe now I won't even need to go in with my straightener to get those areas. So now we're gonna put the old brush to the side and check out the new brush. Let's see if this actually really does a better job of drying it quicker. So in here, the top part, you get the lock setting, the unlock setting for when you want to unlock the brush, if you feel like you need to do that. And then down here is where you get the different settings. So right now it is on off, but you can have it on cool. And then you can go either low mode, medium mode, and high mode. So I'm gonna show you guys how they each sound, because I know that was another worry, is that you felt like it sounded super loud and it got super hot. Okay, so this one sounds really nice. So cool. You get cool air, low, medium, high. Low to mediums, there's a difference, but then medium and high sound very similar. So I think what I'm gonna do, because medium is the new setting, I'm gonna try this out on medium first. Let's go ahead and just go with the high setting, because maybe I just have really thick hair, so I need to the high setting. First impressions, I like the brush on the high setting. I feel like on the medium setting, for me, because I have very thick hair, it's not really doing anything different. I will say though, I feel like on medium and high, I was gonna say medium and hot. On medium and high, I did notice that it didn't sound like it was any difference with how like much intensity you're getting, but I do have to say I do feel like it is hotter on the high setting, which is why it's quickly drying my hair faster than it was on the medium setting. So I would say that for somebody maybe who has more fine hair, less hair, not as much hair, the medium setting would be great. But if you do have a lot of hair, very thick hair, you're gonna like the high setting the best. I also feel like with this, you're able to really get into these little areas faster than you would with a brush, which I really do appreciate. And in case some of you guys are wondering why I take so much hair when I dry my hair, it's because honestly, sometimes I don't have time to like sit there and do section by section. Sometimes I need to take bigger sections because I need to go. Like I was able to really get in there, something that I couldn't do with my big brush. So that is a plus. So let's take more hair down and see what we come up with. So let's do the rest of this hair. So this is the side where we just finished, and this is the side where we went in with the original brush. What are you thinking? I feel like there's not much of a difference when you just look at the hair. You're just like, oh, it looks very nice, very similar. But I do think that when you're using the brush, I feel like you can obviously tell the difference. I feel like they both do a phenomenal job. It just really depends on your needs. What I like to do after I'm done styling my hair is go in with the Way Rose hair oil. And I just take a little bit of it because it's oil, so you don't want to take too much. And then I just take it from the midsection to the bottom portion of my hair. That's where your hair takes the biggest toll, is the bottom, because obviously it's like your ends. So I really like to go in and just kind of nourish those ends, and then whatever's left, then I can just kind of drag it through these little face framing pieces just to kind of give the hair a little bit more of that style effect. And then if I need to go with a little bit more oil, I can if I feel like I need to, but I literally just take a pinch of it. I love all Way hair products. They're just so good and they leave my hair looking so stunning. And it's almost like salon hair for me. But the last step that I like to do for my hair is use my John Frieda Frizz Ease Touch-Up Cream. And basically where I use this is the only product that I use kind of like on the top of my head, and I use very, very little of this, is this, because it's a very, very light product. It's not heavy whatsoever. And it's just like a touch-up cream, so I feel like I can really flatten some of those flyaways without this giving me like that greasy hair effect. This is literally one of the very few products, I think the only one that I use, that I take it up here and it doesn't give me that like nasty, like oily looking top part. It just looks super shiny and smooth. Okay, so we have here both of the brushes, and I have to say that I feel like this is definitely a new and improved version of the original one. They definitely made the changes that a lot of people were looking for. But I do think that if you already have this one and you really love how it performs, you don't have any issues with it, I wouldn't say go run and get this one immediately. I would say just wait until maybe this one doesn't work anymore or doesn't do what you want it to do, and then get a new one, because I do feel like this one's still amazing, especially if you do have a lot of hair and very thick hair and you like to kind of cover more ground. With this brush, I think it'll do the trick. And also if you're a fan of the settings, basically if you like what you already have, you don't need the new one just yet. Now, I will say that this one is very good if you have less hair, maybe more fine hair that's a little bit more easier and faster to maintain, and you just don't need something too heavy. If you are new to the Revlon brush and you're like, which one should I get? Because I have options, I don't have either or. Like I said, it really depends on your preferences and what you're looking for. If you have less hair and it's not super thick, then maybe go in with the new one, because you won't have to worry about, you know, wanting to get more hair in this. But I would say if you have a lot of hair and it's super thick, I would go in with the older version just because this is a bigger barrel. Like I said, the price point for both of these is really good, so I would highly recommend it. And hopefully I was able to answer some of your questions and perhaps help you make a decision on which brush to buy. You can find these at Target, Ulta, on Amazon, and make your selection. So it's also a great gift, especially if you know somebody's been looking for a good hair dryer or they've been really specifically eyeing the Revlon ones. Highly recommend those for anybody who has been on the hunt for them. So that pretty much completes this video. If you guys enjoy watching hair videos, please give this video a big thumbs up so I can do some more. I think that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.